Good afternoon, traders. It is Monday, June 29th, 2015, and the U.S. stock market is closed. Today was a historic day. Dow fell 350 points. This was the biggest fall in 2015. I think everybody knows about it, but I normally don't pay attention to fundamentals, but I can't talk about what happened today without talking about fundamentals. Over the weekend, the Greek government closed its banks until I think July 6th in order to prevent withdrawals of deposits by Greek citizens. This pretty much puts this whole process into a kind of death spiral. There's going to be a referendum. There's in Greece, and this would probably, the odds are about 50% that Greece will be leaving the European Union. This and if Greece defaults, it'll be the biggest default in history by a country. So this did not bode well for the markets. The Dow fell 2%, and that was pretty bad, 350 points, but it wasn't quite as bad as in Asia and in Europe. The Shanghai Composite Index fell over 3%, officially putting the Chinese stock market into bear territory. And the German DAX fell 3.3%. So, you know, in Europe, in Asia, it's even worse than here in the United States. So it looks pretty grim. And if that isn't bad enough, yesterday, on Sunday, the governor of Puerto Rico announced that they can't pay the $73 billion debt that Puerto Rico owes. Now, Puerto Rico isn't a foreign country. Puerto Rico is a Commonwealth territory of the United States. So this gets close to home. That Puerto Rican governor said, hey, it wasn't politics, it's math. Can't be paid. So the financial markets are definitely, you know, in a little bit disturbed right now, to say the least. We had an absolutely horrible day. We closed out $10,000 in closeout trades, and what was really bad, we got into 2 trades and they just went horrible, and so we're carrying over $6,000 in open trade equity going into tomorrow with only 2 positions, which is really bad. And I will show you all that here in a second. So it was a very tough day. You look here at the Dow chart, you can see exactly what happened. You know, look at this plunge, 350 points, biggest plunge in so far in 2015. We went through the middle red line. We also went through the first red line, and I am inclined to say, because we've penetrated that first red line, I'm calling the Dow lower tomorrow again. In spite, you know, there's always a good chance that it'll bounce out of something that this powerful, but I think this thing has some more downside movement. Now, whether this is going to put the U.S. market into a bear market, I don't know. I tend not to think so. I think we'll come out of this, but it does look pretty grim today, no question about it. I will show you, I mean, obviously I have nothing good to show you, so I'll just show you the bad. You know, this was the worst trade of all. You might know that on the Friday before the weekend that Greece basically goes into default. We get long Grek, which is tied to the Greek economy. And so we got in here on the high tick of the day on Friday. The high tick of the day. We just get into this. And look at this. Look at this gap. I mean, this is the trade from hell. This is trading pornography. You know, you get in high tick of the day, and then you take this $10,000 loss in this huge gap. Just horrible. I don't know if I want to look at that anymore. Then, in addition to that, we get into two new trades today, and that's what really hurt. This is Shake Shack. Shake Shack shook us up. We could come up here this morning, and again, I mean, we're not quite the exact high that we buy, but it's pretty darn close to it. We buy that and immediately sells off, and we're down $4,000 in Shake Shack. So that's not good. And then a market or a stock that's been really good to us recently has been THC, Tenet Healthcare. Again, just like these others, this thing opens lower, shoots up, does this little thing at the beginning of the day, and just gets us in, again, almost at the high of the day, and it sells off. So we're down $2,000 in Tenet Healthcare. Now the other thing that's got me scratching my head and wondering is, in the last few weeks, I attempted, because I have both TradeStation 9.5 and TradeStation 4 right in front of me, I wanted to try and make TradeStation 9.5 easier to use with my system. And one of the problems that I've had in the past is that TradeStation 9.5 took extra trades, and those extra trades were generally losing trades. It made it tough using 9.5. So I redesigned the algorithm. I wasn't trying to make a different system. I was simply trying to take the extra trades out. And what happened was I actually took, not only did I take the extra trades out, but I took a few other trades out as well. So TradeStation 9.5 was trading slightly less than TradeStation 4.0. And I put my managed accounts on TradeStation 9.5. Well, this is what's got me scratching my head. TradeStation 9.5 didn't take any of these trades. It didn't get into Grek on Friday. It didn't get into THC today. And it didn't get into Shake Shack today. In fact, the only thing that TradeStation 9.5 did was to get into a profitable trade on Friday. So this is, like I say, all these losses I'm describing here, you know, basically nearly $17,000 in losses. Didn't take it in 9.5. No losses at all. Only a one profitable trade today. So, I don't know. It's hard to say what's going on there. Anyway, it's kind of a take your breath away day. We're going to have those. I'm hoping that this huge sell-off will set us up nicely for some profits in the very near future. We definitely need some profits now. This is Trader Bob signing off, and I'll see you tomorrow on Tuesday.